Now, South Africa's next Chief Justice could be a woman. After 4 long days of interviews last week, the country's Judicial Service Commission recommended Justice Mandisa Maya to the post. So the ball is now in President Cyril Ramaphosa's court. He will make the final decision on the appointment. Joining me now to unpack this further is South African journalist Dianne Hawker. Good to see you, Dianne, and thanks for your time. Now, the Judicial Service Commission interview process has come under criticism for how it was handled. Why is that so?
Well, good evening, Sulaiman, and good evening as well to the viewers. The process itself was quite a bit of a bumpy road, I would say, last week. Although Justice Maya is considered quite a strong candidate, and all the candidates were actually strong candidates, there were some questions about how the interview process was handled. For example, there was a significant focus on Justice Maya's gender, and perhaps not as much focus on leadership aspects as the other candidates were asked. There was also an issue where Judge Mlambo was asked about a rumor of sexual harassment, which was not substantiated. There was no complaint before the commission. And also, he wasn't given prior notice to the fact that he was going to be asked this question. And then right at the end of the interviews on Friday night, late on Friday night, there was quite an ugly spat between Julius Malema, who's one of the commissioners, and the Justice Minister, Ronald Lamola. They actually ended up in a shouting match with one another. So it was quite a bit of a bumpy process. And people were saying that, you know, the Judicial Service Commission, because it didn't have set criteria for what it was looking for before it started, it allowed the interview process to go into areas that didn't necessarily have anything to do with the job of being a Chief Justice.
And Dianne, even though the Commission has recommended her, there was also criticism about how Justice Maya's interview was handled. Now,
yes, absolutely. As I mentioned, there was the issue of gender, which came up, and she got numerous questions. In fact, one of the questions was, is South Africa ready for a woman Chief Justice? There was also a question from the Minister of Justice asking about, you know, is she standing as a woman or is she standing as a judge? And she said, you know, I'm a strong judge and who happens to be a woman. So there was a significant focus on gender, issues around gender transformation, which while they are important, you know, they were not really getting to the crux of the issues that she would have had to deal with as a Chief Justice. And I think that is where perhaps that interview was lacking as compared to others. Like, for example, all the candidates were allowed to give a statement as to what they had as their vision. And I think there were other issues within her vision that could have definitely been unpacked further by the commissioners, as opposed to just dwelling on the gender-related issues.
Before I let you go, now that the JSC has made a recommendation, what is likely to happen next?
Well, the president ultimately, in terms of the Constitution, has the prerogative to select the Chief Justice. He only has to consult with the Judicial Service Commission and then also consult with leaders of opposition parties. So he will have to conduct that consultation with the leaders of the different parties in Parliament, and then he will have to decide. He doesn't have to go with the recommendation submitted by the Judicial Service Commission. He can choose one of the other candidates if he sees fit, but I think it would be strange for the president to go outside of that process, considering that he asked the Judicial Service Commission to actually undergo this interview process. So we'll have to see how long that will take, but what we're waiting for now is that final appointment from President Ramaphosa.
Dianne Hawker, many thanks for unpacking this for us.